think this is, I think I put, that's the thing. I think I really put, last night, this morning, I put too much castor oil around my eyes, and so now it's, oh, hey, Instagram, it's me, T, from the Pattersons, taking the train to bed with a bit much castor oil at night before I go to sleep for whatever time. I put a little bit of castor oil and I put it on my belly like that, the belly button. I forgot what it does, but it's supposed to go in and do something inside. But then I really started from my eyes, like I put it on the eyebrow there, put it in the mirror, put it on this side. Sometimes I go down this side for the Bell's palsy and stuff like that, because the castor oil goes in deep and it does stuff. I know what it did for me. It got rid of my floaters. That's for sure. I know that as a fact. So if you got floaters, try some castor oil. Put a little bit of oil on your eyebrow or eyelid, like that. Get the cold pressed one because that's the one that won't do any damage. Anyway, and you can take it internally too, but don't tell you what to do. Look. Grand Rising. This is a Grand Rising report. And we're in blue light now, and we're still in blue light brigade. Oh, we got to talk to blue light brigade. Now you see what's happening. Now I was just looking on the old internet because it's like I'm sort of focused where I am, what I'm doing, right? So I check the internet once in a while. There was a huge march in New York. I guess other places too. And it's supposed to be, I think there's supposed to be something really happening on the 30th. Around like, hey, our guy, Ibrahim the captain, y'all don't. No, we know the history. we saw you trot out the guy with the press, the Marine who's trained. Marines are trained to kill. That their mission is to kill. They ain't got no business talking. They don't do nothing. They just kill. We got them all pressed up. We got the old stars and stuff like that. Trying to little ramrod straight, whatever have you. Got the ball head, so you don't know how old he is, but he old man. Anyway, and he doesn't want. If he's a general, means he went through the ranks, so they really hammered him and groomed him to do what he wants to, what they want him to do. So we know who he's beholden to. That's the whole point. And they're talking smack about Burkina Faso. And everybody knows by now. If you don't have to read no history because you got the internet now, but every time the powers that be start talking smack about some leader, the next thing you know, that leader is dead. That leader is unalived. I like that unalived term. Yeah. So everybody said, "Oh no! All the good that brother doing?" They said. Oh, no. So, I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to tell you the truth. But there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people who have marched in New York. I saw it looked like it was coming down the east side, right? Like Fifth Avenue. Looked like it was, because I saw the park up there. Anyway, maybe I was wrong. Anyway, wherever they marched, they were marching, right? And it's springtime now. Oh, and if they keep on going... And now here's the big problem. The U.S., if they try to do anything, well, they can try. They'll keep on trying. They're like, they're all, for me, they're all disciples of Werner Erhard. So who's Werner Erhard? Well, that's a guy in I guess it was the 70s, whatever. He had this philosophy. He had that little cult following. And all they did was, if something happened, they was taught never to back down. You keep on, you stay your course, you stay your course. And that's what the colonizer does. Colonizers ain't got no new stuff in their playbook. That's why this is new to them. Because when they put that guy out there, it was the wrong guy at the wrong time to unquote a quote. You do not bring a Negro peon to talk to people. Because that Negro peon, people started right away, boom, 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 boom. It even got to the mainstream media, as they say. It even got to the halls of where were the halls of Montezuma, the shores of Tripoli. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. That's the Marine song. Halls of Montez. Because the Marines go out on their adventure. Wherever Montez is, and you know where Tripoli is, Montez. They went there to conquer. Look, the only Marine that we respect was Smedley Butler, and you know he wrote War as a Racket. So you know, so there's going to be a lot of stuff like that. I think that Chris Bryant, what's wrong with Chris Bryant? Chris Bryant, I had him do Smedley Butler's speech for BAI. I think I did it again. There's going to be a lot of people doing the Smedley Butler speech. It's a book. It's a little booklet. War is a Racket. Oh, that's going to come to the fore. Everything's coming to the fore. Oh, and of course the guy's a Marine too. Oh, unbelievable. Langley. I love the name. Langley tried to step up. Langley meaning, Langley, Virginia is, Air Force Base is where the CIA is located. Well, Langley tried to do the regular thing. Well, Langley got his keister smacks handed to him, whatever you want to say. Oh, man, I don't know, I'm not sure. I don't really pay attention to the internet like that. That's fact. I got to sort of see it for myself or see the thing, right away, they must have talked and said, hey, man, we got a problem. So he came out there, he apologized, supposedly. I don't know. I guess y'all know this stuff. Y'all on the internet. But you talk about uniting black people. Didn't I say, I'm gonna talk about this. I'm gonna talk about, this is Tuesday, so this is U.S. Day. I'm gonna talk about this tonight. I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say. No, I'm gonna say it anyway. Didn't I say that Donald Trump is gonna go down in history as the greatest Pan-Africanist that ever lived? Yes, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. I hate to break, but I'm going to talk about that tonight. You'll see. You'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, so now look. Okay. Blue Light Brigade. Look, now here's the deal. Now that everybody's on board and they're doing what they do, like I said, it's what happens in the world. There are certain spots where, like for instance, when I was in Guatemala, I spent some time in Guatemala City. I don't really like the city, but so, and when I came back because I had my little Canon camera that had really good sounds that I was recording on that, and I noticed that when I came back, I had all these pictures of that mountain in Guatemala. I mean, I'm going like, how did I take all these pictures? What's going on here, right? And then somebody told me, well, I learned subsequently. Oh, I love it. The brother loves these big words. He don't know what they mean, but he loves using them. I learned subsequently. Plus, I have to practice my articulation and my Bell's palsy. I got to get better. I got to articulate better. Back to where I need to be. As I learned subsequently, that's one of there's certain spots on the earth that has some sort of energy thing that's coming up. When the conquerors, when the Catholics, hey, peace and blessings on the late Pope. But when the Catholics went and they came to an area, what they did, the people usually had a sacred spot. They knew where the sacred spots were. That's where they pray and all the rest of stuff. The Catholics come and put their church right over that sacred spot. And that's what they do now. What they do, if you know, they'll rename things on the day of the sacred day. Not Catholics, but the colonizer would do that, right? This is why. What the Sahel states are doing in renaming streets and stuff like that, then that is, take away that colonizer's name, we're going to name it our guy, So that's happening. Just know that's happening, right? But for instance, when I was in Pi, again, it's like areas that you can feel the energy like that. They didn't go up to Pi. I mean, the Catholics didn't go up to Pi and do nothing because I guess too many Buddhists or whoever's up there, too many Hindus, whoever's up there, right? But the point is, there's spots on the earth, and I think these sacred spots, but also on the earth, things happen at the same time. Now, when I talk like this, we say, "But brother, people are not listening to you. You don't have a lot of followers. You don't ask for no subscriptions. You don't ask for no likes. This is that's what you're supposed to be doing." I'm saying, no, you don't understand. As soon as you speak it out, it's out there. You cannot think that you are the only person on the planet thinking the way you thinking. Impossible. Okay? Just like, okay, we got the Blue Light Brigade. Do you think we're the only, our concept might be different than, I even say the concept that we have of the Blue Light Brigade where, we don't know each other. We just, one person speaking, then maybe two or three people will be listening, and they'll take two or three. That concept is out there. So there's a lot of blue light brigades running around here. What's blue light brigade? It means that we don't know each other. We're truly a secret organization. We just have the same mentality. Like, for instance, I say, I want to see that passport right there. I am an American African. What that means is I carry an American passport, but I have an African mentality. You see? So I'm wearing Goethe. I'm wearing the green cap today, right? So this is the guy, Goethe. He's a general now. He started as a colonel. That's the only thing I say. He should have stayed. He should have stayed being a colonel. But I guess I don't know. Whatever it is. Anyway, but when one of the things he did was they started renaming streets right away. Hey, take all these French names out like that. You see, once you start changing the landscape, changing the mentality, then things start to happen. I got a thing right now. I'm writing something right now, and I had to. What did I? Let me write. Oh, here, I got it in my book right here. It's the last thing I wrote, so I can just find it right there. I got to write this letter because I got to renew my status as Arts Director Emeritus because there's a new regime at BAI, so I got to write them. Anyway, so that's not there. It's in the other thing. Oh no, maybe I put it here. Anyway, one of the things I got to do it for is because I got this project I've been working with, 12 Million Black Voices. I've been working on it for years. It's one of those, it's an audio project. Anyway, and the original thing that I wrote, I had, because I didn't come up with this concept of American, and I wrote this like, how many years ago? A lot of years ago. Well, I started the project before I left in 1995, like that. But anyway, a few years ago, I wrote this whole thing to explaining the 12 million black voices, and one of the things I put African American, because that's what people say. That's for black Americans, went through certain things, we're African Americans, right? Well, so I'm updating the thing. So I leave the African American, then I put my favorite. Talk about words. My favorite thing to write right now, because I like writing it, is it's sort of French too. Is knee, N-E-E, with a hard apostrophe over the last E. So you say knee. It means like somebody's maiden name, the source, the source, or the source before the source. Like if you're, you might say you're African American. Then I said African American knee, American African, because even though that term is not used, what they actually mean is an American with African roots, right? So it would be, I should say African American knee black, because we're all black. No matter what, you're all black. You would be Negro knee black, because we're all, no matter what you're. Actually, no, Negro wouldn't be. You would have to say black knee Negro, because. Well, I guess they did have black, because black the black thing that didn't exist after 1776, after the country was done, did its, incorporated, whatever America is, right? It got incorporated. Now, what that means is that's when you had the whole black-white thing. Then you come to America and you can dump on black people because they would call you white. In fact, you was whatever you was. Either you was Irish, or you was Italian, or you was German. But then when you came to America after 1776, you realized you was white. Oh, I'm not that. Why am I white? Because we got black people that you got to step on so that you can, to prove that you white, you got to step on black people. You could be German, whatever it is, but before all that, you got to be white in America. That's just the way it is. But like, say for instance, Mali, so this would be the General Goethe. He's the guy that wears the green beret, because you got the guy that wears the brown beret, then you got the guy that wears the red beret. The red beret guy, everybody knows how to say his name, Captain or Commander or Captain Ibrahim Traore. And anyway, the point is, so the cap to me is like we said, maybe I think the brown. You're gonna make a shirt that has you have the brown on top, then you have red in the middle. Oh, I'll show you. Yeah, you have brown up top. This white thing instead of gray, this would be brown. This would be red, and then the bottom would be green, right? Because green for the land, the red would be for the blood, peoples, and the brown would be for the peoples. Then you have one of the black borders, called the black pocket, would be the diaspora, black people in the diaspora, because that's more proper. Because just like people come to America and they become white. Well, you on the planet, wherever you are, the dark-skinned people are always at the bottom. But you black, wherever you are, they look at you as black, right? So black is the whole. I explained that before. We'll do it again. Okay, now. So what I'm saying is that, so they in trouble now because they are talking about awakening a sleeping, humongous giant. This is the unity. I mean, like I said, Trump has brought together there's so much unity now just over this one thing. As you are not going to destroy another, they only call it revolution, another situation where you have a black person, that would be Commander Ibrahim, doing something for his peoples. And then you come here in the name of what? Saying that, oh no, you can do it better for the peoples, and then you stop him what he was doing. That's the thing about Gaddafi. When they was coming down, they started calling Gaddafi all names. He gave the bombs back to them. They still went after him, right? In fact, just when they was on the bomb, there was a plane, Zuma and the boys, and they were on a plane, going to talk to Gaddafi, and NATO turned the plane around. Whoa! Just so they can. The thing, they just didn't want to kill Gaddafi. What they want to do, they want to kill what he was doing. And everybody thinks it was the gold or whatever, the new currency. Okay, I'll give you that. But what it really was, what's the first thing they did? They bombed that aquifer because he was reforesting the desert. That's what they did, and that's what Commander Ibrahim is doing. And Commander Ibrahim is not following what they're saying. He's following what Thomas Sankara was saying. So you, like they say, you can kill the person, but you can't kill the idea. That's what's happening now, and that's what we should be. What we celebrate. How do you celebrate? Marching them streets. Well, here, what's up? Okay, Blue Light Brigade. Now that that's happening, right? You know what we do? We have it's a new day. It's the sunrise. We got to do our exercise. Here we go. We're gonna breathe through our nose like that. Hard breathe through our nose. Then soft. Then a follow-up one. Then we're gonna let it out through our mouth. Right in there. That's how you do it, right? Oh, also you gotta expand your lungs when you do it. Let's do one really fill them lungs up, right? Expand that rib cage. Here we go. Welcome to the new day. Hey, it's a new day. It's a grand rising. But so we gotta change. We look, things are being done. We don't follow the herd, right? We don't. Here's what we do. What to do next? Now we got the idea about the apparel, and there's gonna be people doing that like that. Now you gotta think what else we need to do, right? Now here's the thing. I've come up with stuff. I know I'm your titular head, but you're supposed to be coming up with your own stuff, right? That's the whole particular point. But I would say one of the things we really need to do now that it's happening, right, is you have to find something in your own bailiwick. Oh, the brother used another big. This brother is right on these big. Your own, your own circumstance, your own in your power to promote that. As long as it's in the spirit of protecting these brothers, on Africa, because that's how we're bringing everything together. First them, the continent unites, and da 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 da. And what's really interesting is that because the Sahel is moving the way it's moving, those other organizations, well, ECOWAS is sick of fucking them. They're going, In fact, that's what we should be doing. We researchers. The Sahel, I think I saw this chart with all the presidents of these other countries, how much they're worth. I think Ruto's worth like billions of dollars. No wonder he wants to do the bidding of whatever it is. He's worth at least $1 billion. The other people, these exorbitant figures, how these things work. But now, Here's what we have to do. They just saying what they do. That's what everybody. That's easy to do that. We have to rabbit hole everything. When I say rabbit hole everything, yeah, that means that money is spread out with family members, friends, cronies, property here. Now people should research because we can do it. You got the internet. We can research. Okay, how much property and stuff does his wife own? They had was the richest woman in Africa was from Angola. I think it was Angola, but it ends up that she was doing a whole lot of scamming. But that's what you do. We need to start researching now that we got everybody on the thing. Now you got to research these generals, these heads of countries that are going against what the people want, against the Sahel model, right? We have to look and see what they're worth, but more importantly, where they stashing their money at, what people in their family, what cronies they have around that they're paying off. That's what we should be doing. Everybody's marching, let them march. Everybody's yapping, yeah, freedom, blah, 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 blah. They do all that stuff. And don't let me get started on the EFF, but I'll do that another time. So that's what I'm saying, okay? So our move, as everybody's on board now, we know it's out there. There'll be a lot of that. Now we got a rabbit hole. We got to dig deep and find out who are the puppet masters behind. In other words, when that senator was questioning Langley, it's going like, well, what do you think? Then Langley came with the answer, because it's all like that. There people need to find out that senator who's paying him off to ask that question. You see what's happening? Who are that senator? Well, I should do my research. I don't like the rabbit hole, to tell you the truth. I don't like that. But find out who that senator is, his wife is, his children are, his whatever, brothers, sisters, uncles, fathers, whatever, and find out who's paying them off, who they're beholden to. Because whoever they're beholden to make this guy ask us questions, and then the general, or Langley, he up there, hey, you should be researching him. He got wife and kids. What's he doing with his money? He's just a mere. Hey, everybody needs to be rabbit holed. That's what we need to do. Just letting you know. Talk to you later.